to Delhi. Eager to settle into the big city life, she convinced her son, a 4-year-old, to get to a birthday party of another 4-year-old in the same apartment. The plan was thus: all the mothers would stay at the hall, and the children will hide at various parts of the house. And when the birthday boy walks in, all of them will shout, "Surprise!" At the Rotterdam, the kid walks in. The children rush into the hall, and everybody shouts, "Surprise!" And the birthday boy points straight to my cousin and said, "Who's that boy, Mummy?" That was the surprise for my cousin. Hello, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Whenever we are plucked from our comfortable environment and dropped into a new one, our actions become frantic. We try various techniques to gel into this new environment to find a toehold. And we discover various ways to surprise ourselves and at times embarrass ourselves. My uncle discovered this when he moved from Bombay City to a small town near Ranchi. His 3-year-old returns from the pre-KG. And my uncle asked, "So how about the school, Nisha?" Nisha says, "Well, we learned about the Ramayana stories today. You see, Ravana whisked away Sita in his Boeing 747. And when Rama contacted Hanuman to build the super express highway from India to Sri Lanka. Then Rama, Lakshman and the GI Joe soldiers went to Sri Lanka, pounded on Ravana with tanks, Mi-16s and automatic weapons, killed him and got his wife back." My uncle gasped. "Is that what your teacher is teaching you today?" Nisha said, "Well, she taught us something else, but if I told you, you would not believe me." It is not just the predicament of children alone, but adults too face the same. My primary school teacher narrates this favorite anecdotes of his when he got in from a non-English speaking background into the English primary school. He was a physical education teacher. So one day, while he was resting in his staff room because he could speak English sparingly, he liked his own company. There was a knock on the door. Knock. A student at the door stood at the door and said, "Sir, may I come in, please?" To which the teacher looked at the boy and just stared. The boy asked again, this time loudly, "Sir, may I come in, please?" Only to be met with an even more colder, stone-faced stare. After the nth time, the teacher went to the door where the boy was standing, stood right next to the boy and said, "Get out!" If you're still trying to figure the joke, he could not say it. Well, is this just related to language when we move to a new environment? No! It is not just the English language itself. My friend's 3 seminary brothers discovered this when they were in a Christian mission in Uttar Pradesh, a pure Hindi heartland, and they were returning from a visit to the Taj Mahal. They lost their way. On the way, they could not find anyone at 10 o'clock in the night. Not a soul in sight. Suddenly, a little far ahead, they found a lone person walking in a slight tipsy fashion. When they closed near him, he was reeking of country liquor. Without any choice, they asked him in broken Hindi the direction to Kanpur where they had to go. is how the conversation took place. Lal Bala. He was pointing to the traffic light that was in the next intersection. Of course, the brothers, spiritual brothers, did not know what Lal and Bala meant. They tried again. Kanpur, Kanpur. Lal Bala. After some time, he found what Lal meant and he said, red, red, red Bala. They got to this point, they went to all the various directions that they had to take to get to the highway and reach Kanpur or be headed towards the Kanpur. Well, it's easy to understand. It's not going to be an easy cakewalk for anyone to understand a broken, tipsy Hindi and then translate to their Tamil native language on how to get to Kanpur. So they said, sir, once again. This guy again said, and his face was a mixture of consternation, anger, and depression. Because right there, at the traffic intersection, the light was now green. When it is just language, then it also has to be with etiquettes too. You might be staring at this broad tie because the etiquette demands that it has to be a proper tie. Imagine my friend who claims himself to be a math wizard who walks into a 5-star hotel and sees a lavish dinner set in front of him. And all that is there is a knife and something that looks like a spoon but has holes or partitions in it. He says that if he is a math wizard and if this is an expensive dish, he is going to get the maximum benefit out of it. So he hammers it and tears it and eats it. Well, let me say the pieces were flying. And then, at the end of the dinner, the waiter puts a bowl which has warm water and a lemon in it. He says, if I have paid so much money, this must be important too. So he holds the bowl with both his hands, lifts them up, and this goes master.